back, what I would say when you're helping these customers plan their remodel, the number one thing is the planning phase. Like you were just talking about our other customer who gave you their floor plan and had no closets in the bedrooms. It's a common thing that people will have an idea of what they want, but not think about how they're going to function in the space. So poor planning on the front end is a big deal. You need to look at helping them plan in such a way that takes into consideration how they live in the home, where you're going to put your shoes, where you're going to store your towels and your linens, and how does that function in your day-to-day, your daily life. One of the biggest issues is in the kitchen. People, generally speaking, care about how pretty it is, but making sure that you combine function with style is going to be pivotal in making sure that we bring customers the best remodel, something that they're really satisfied with in the end. I would say another thing is trying to match everything. Being in and out of hardware stores, it seems very common that you see these displays that everything matches, and you start to feel like you're in some type of a hardware store if you walk into a house and all of the hardware is the same color. That's a misconception, a misunderstanding. It's not a requirement that all of your door hardware match all your sink hardware, match all your light fixture hardware, etc. It's what's important is that the house feels like a home. It has a level of comfort to it. And from my experience and what I know about remodeling, it feels a lot more forced in the home. It doesn't have that comfortable vibe, if you know what I'm talking about. You ever been in a house where everything's the same? Yeah. The paint colors are all the same. There's no contrast. There's no warmth. You don't have that warm ambiance or energy in the house.
Sometimes matching takes the flavor out of everything.
Yeah.
Did you guys say all three?
No, we're on the third now.
I'm just talking.
Yeah, we're just talking, D. Why are you interrupting us? Another thing that I would also add to that is, poor planning, trying to match everything, and then picking the cheapest materials. I know that budget's a big deal, but people live in these homes. People have to, after we remodel it, they have to live in it. And if we are always focused on the cheapest price, the old adage, you get what you pay for, it'll show up to either haunt them or us later on down the road. Well, we're trying to cover budget, so we pick the cheapest flooring, we pick the cheapest carpet, we pick the cheapest paint, we pick the cheapest counter. It will show up in the end. And whether it's not holding up to the daily wear and tear or not considering the environment that you live in. We live in an area right now in the early spring and late winter where it's pretty wet and cold. And if you don't have materials that can handle that, when we get into these rainy, cold seasons, your flooring won't hold up. Your paint will not be, the paint on the walls it's gonna stain easy when your kids come in with dirty hands or whatever it is. I got a lot of kids, and when they open and close doors, it's not uncommon that it's certainly if the paint's cheap, it's going to chip, it's going to flake, it's going to stain. So I would say focusing on those three things as you're going through helping our customers who are looking at doing a remodeling project with us, making sure that we help them with planning, asking them the key questions. Now, where are you going to put your shoes? The closet situation, that's a big deal. Where are you going to hang your clothes? Is everything going to dresser? Do you have some feature from another vendor like an IKEA? You're going to do a closet feature that's out in the room? Asking those key questions to help them think about their daily life, how they function in the home matters. And then, of course, not feeling like you have to match every single thing, making the house feel like a home, feel warm and inviting, not feel like great grandma's couch with the plastic on it,
Yeah.
And then of course not picking all cheap products. That seems to go without saying. A good quality product is going to cost you a little more, but you'd expect to get more out of it in the long run. Keep those things in mind.